Hi, Priestess Sakayate here, back for part 2 of this situation with Tyler and Ash. So, as I was saying before, Bry gives me narcissist vibes. Bry gives me that friend who finds a giving person and takes advantage of their kindness. And essentially, that's what she did in the situation with her friend, Tyler. Tyler was naive and Tyler was young and dumb. Tyler should have made sure he went through the proper channels of being a sperm donor if he was going to agree to, do this with his friend. But Tyler, being young and dumb, he decided to just help his friend out. He did not think of the consequences of his actions, and you can clearly tell that. You can tell that he was just doing something, for a good friend of his, and that he just wanted to see her happy. They seemed very close. They lived together. They lived in the same apartment building for many years. And they just seemed to be around each other for a very long time. So you can tell that Bry and Tyler's relationship was very close and that they were the best of friends. Bry does not give me the feeling that she likes men. I honestly believe she likes women. She is a true lesbian, but I do feel like she is presenting this idea that she could like men and that she and Tyler could have had a relationship because she's painting a certain narrative to look like the victim and to get all the women on her side to make it appear that she was an abandoned mother who was maybe in love with this guy and he abandoned his children. But from what I see, that doesn't appear to be the case. Tyler and Bry were friends. Bry wanted to raise those children in a lesbian relationship, and so she went to her friend and she convinced him to help her do that. When things went sour with her now ex-wife, Bry's now ex-wife, she went back to her friend Tyler to help her get custody of the child from her wife, from her ex-wife, and Tyler obliged and helped her do that. And in so doing that, he did it ignorantly and got his name onto the birth certificate. Tyler made so many mistakes. Like, you can tell he was not being cautious with his own personal livelihood. And I feel for him on that. He was young. I have made mistakes in my youth where I did not do what was in the best interest of myself. I have done things for friends that have burned me in the past and cost me. I have loaned money to people and they did not pay me back and I had to cover those expenses. Just all kind of, silly mistakes. So lots of people do this. Lots of people make mistakes and get themselves caught up in situations when helping friends. And for whatever reason, Tyler did the same and did not protect his name, did not protect himself in this situation. And so I can understand how Bree can get away with now painting this narrative and trying to get this money out of Tyler. I can see how that can be done, but it doesn't make it right. Bree is not the moral standard here. Or I'm sorry, Bry. Bry is not the moral standard here. She is not a good person, in my opinion. She is exploiting her children. She's trying to get her money for her children, but she's not making sure that her children are in the best family dynamic. A lot of talk and support goes for, these alternative lifestyles, and that's okay, I guess. But when are we going to talk about how some of the people that live these alternative lives are making worse situations for children than, the typical traditional family of a husband and a wife, a man and a woman coming together and maybe divorcing, or infidelity happens and it splits up the family. This type of relationship that Bri is making, she has now created an environment where her children have no partner, no parent who can help her raise the child. She's made herself a single mother because of her choices. She was a married woman. She dissolved the relationship with her wife. She didn't try to work it out. Her wife on the interview and Tyler both said that Bri was abusing the wife. Nobody talked about that. You guys all went for attacking Tyler, but you did not mention that Bri was abusing her wife, that Bri was being immature and ridiculous in her relationships. When Tyler did his interview, you guys immediately called him a liar and said he wasn't being honest about anything. And granted, Tyler did tell some lies or present his evidence in a way that sounded very dishonest. And you can tell he was just trying to protect himself the best way he could, because all the cards were stacked against him. So I give Tyler some grace. I know you guys won't, but I'm giving Tyler some grace, because you can tell the cards were stacked against him. And he was trying to... Men do this. Men, when they get caught up, sometimes they just lie. They try to find a better way to say it so that it'll get you to stay calm. It'll get you to listen to what they have to say. And so they'll try to frame things in a certain way. Men are naturally manipulative like that. So I understand how everybody was easy to jump on Tyler and call him a liar and all these things. But let's look at Bri. Why was Bri getting in these relationships and then breaking up her own family? Why would Bri even sleep with a man if you're a lesbian? Why would she imply like she's attracted to Tyler? If she's not attracted to Tyler and she likes women, that's where her loyalty should have remained. And she shouldn't have been making children in the first place. But Bri seemed to create this whole story like she's just this innocent person in the situation that happened to end up a single mother. No, she made choices to be a single mother. She made choices to make her first wife feel like she was being cheated on. And then Bri turned around, got with another woman, because the way Tyler tells it in his interview, Bri was with someone else when they had the other children. Bri's not admitting to this. Y'all didn't ask any follow-up questions, because you're stuck on blaming Tyler. We didn't get very many details of Bri because everybody was so focused on Tyler. But y'all should have been digging into Bri's info to get all the tea to see, why is Bri making these children? Why is Bri trying to be a single mother? That's the bird, if you ask me. Bri is the bird, because she's not all there. I don't see how people didn't catch that. So I wanted to come and be either the voice of reason or just a different perspective, a different vantage point, because all the vantage points that I've seen so far have been the same. And I know you guys are stuck on those opinions, but I had to share mine because I just see it different. And I hope someone else agrees and sees it different too, or looks more into it, because you guys really have to go in depth. This is what I be talking about being spiritual and being more in depth. You have to look at people for who they are and what they do. Not everything is what it seems. Bri is not what she seems. Bri has narcissistic tendencies. I listened to her story. I listened to her interview. I listened to her girlfriend's interview. I listened to as much info as I could before I came out with my opinion. And Bri, I didn't like the way the story was being painted. She's trying to make herself a victim, and she is clearly not. So if you have any commentary on this, please share it and like and follow for more.